What is up, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be going over the top stocks to buy this week in the stock market, and I also want to go over what happened last week, doing a quick little breakdown, a little refresher on the S&P 500 here, and we're also going to be going over my mindset, where my head is at right now as a trader, as an investor in this current pretty crazy, very green stock market that we've been seeing. So if you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure to join the StrapSmart Discord chat and Facebook group link down below, and also get yourself 4 stocks from WeBull and $30 free from M1 Finance. Both of those are also linked right down below. So let's get into it. First and foremost, like every single video on Sunday, we're going to be going over what happened last week. And in 6 minutes from now, the futures market opens, so that's pretty convenient. Once we're starting this video, the futures market's about to open. So we're going to be looking at that as well. So let's take a look here. S&P 500 hit an all-time high last week. In fact, it hit multiple all-time highs last week after it got hit very aggressively back on the first. Was this the first trading day of the month? Let me double check that, guys. I don't want to make a mistake. Yeah, it was the first trading day of this month. It got hit very hard, the S&P. It dropped 3% in that one day from top to bottom. And ever since then, again, we've recovered clearly, and we've hit 1, 2, 3 all-time highs, pretty much 3 straight days in a row, if I'm not mistaken, right? You guys can clearly see that. And now we're arguably overbought. There's no doubt about that, right? We're seeing a bit of a bearish divergence as well here on the 4-hour chart. I pointed that out before in, I think, 2 videos ago, or the last video, whichever one it was. And we're seeing the RSIs getting a bit weaker, right? The moves are pushing up. We're making higher highs, higher lows in the actual chart, but the strength of those moves are becoming weaker over time, despite, again, us making higher highs, higher lows. So we're seeing that bearish divergence here on the S&P 500 index and here on SPY, which is an ETF that tracks the S&P. You guys can see that as well. RSI is getting weaker, the strength is getting weaker, but we're going higher in the actual chart. And when it comes to the Dow, and guys, mind you, I'm not saying we're going to crash, we're going to see a devastating drop like we saw back in March, right? 30-40%. I'm not saying that, but all I'm saying is, as we're getting higher and higher and we're seeing these signs of the bearish divergence, we're a bit overbought RSI, we're very extended over the SMAs. All I'm saying is we're going to see a pull down, whether it's this week, next week, 3 weeks, we're going to see a pull down, and I think a healthy area for the overall indexes, S&P, Dow, and the NASDAQ, is going to be right around the 180 SMA, wherever it is at that time where it decides to pull down, whether that's, 29,500 on the Dow Jones. That could be a healthy spot for a pull down. Maybe even, on the S&P 500, I've said 3,600. Take a look here at 3,600 S&P 500 if it wants to pop up. You guys can see even 3,700. That could be a healthy spot for a pull down. So I'm not saying we're going to see a devastating crash, but I'm saying we are going to see a bit of a pull down at some point, and I'm open for it. I'm very excited about it, and that's kind of where my mind is at in a sense. I'm waiting to see a pull down, but I'm not also in 100% cash. I have stocks that I want to buy this week, which we're going to talk about today, and I also have open positions. So I'm in an offensive spot where I have positions open, and I still want to, play stocks this week, but I'm also keeping a good amount of cash, around 30-40%, that I'm not going to be playing with. It's just sitting in the side of my account. I'm just going to be keeping it there when the drop comes, so then I could pick up a lot of stocks that go down even lower, even more than what the index drops. Because what you guys have to understand, this is huge. Just because the S&P, let's say it drops 5%. If the S&P drops 5%, you guys have to realize the S&P is 500 companies. That's what it's comprised of. So not every company in the S&P is going to drop 5%. You follow, right? There's going to be companies that drop 15% in the S&P, but there's going to be companies that might even go up, which is why it balances out, right? But what I'm saying is, again, I'm going to have that cash. So if I see some of these companies that drop a good amount, more than the markets, those could be ones to pick up, especially if, the technicals align, the fundamentals align. That could be a great opportunity. So watch out for that stuff, guys, when it comes to the markets in general. And for this upcoming week, honestly, just watch what we're going to be doing here on the 5-day, 5-minute. Will this uptrend persist? Will we break out of 38.26, which is the high we just hit on Friday? Will we hit a new high? I think it's likely in the short term. So we'll see. Let me know your thoughts down below. And the futures market opens up here in 3 minutes. So we're going to talk about stock number 1 before we just glance at what the futures are doing. And you guys probably know what stock number 1 is. It is Nio, ticker symbol NIO. This is one of the interesting companies that everybody needs to watch this upcoming week because of Nio Day, which just was yesterday, right, on Saturday. And if you guys tuned in to Nio Day, let me know in the comments. It was pretty interesting. It was about 3 hours, right? And it was about only like 30-40 minutes of, actual good stuff. But anyway, we got some good announcements, big announcements. I'm not going to go into everything in detail, but I am going to list out some of the key things to take from Nio Day, right? So Nio unveiled its next electric vehicle, which everybody was waiting for. They have 3 SUVs, right? So now they have a sedan coming into the rotation. It is the Nio ET7. So pretty cool name, Nio ET7. And by the way, guys, this is what the stock is looking like, just so you can get some reference here. You could argue this is also very overbought, but we'll get into that in a second. And this Nio vehicle is interesting. It comes with a variety of battery packs, right? With a 70 kilowatt, one of them is a 70 kilowatt an hour battery pack. The ET7 has an NEDC range of over 500 kilometers or over 700 kilometers with the 100 kilowatt per hour battery. And when coupled with the new 150 kilowatt battery, the ET7 boasts an NEDC range of over 1,000 kilometers. And that is in the NEDC range, which is kind of the catch here, right? Nobody really uses that cycle or that measurement, right? That 1,000 kilometer, which is 621 miles, range figure, again, is based on the NED cycle, which is known, again, rarely in representing real-world driving. So, yeah, you guys have to look at it in, regular measurements, and it's not going to be 1,000 in all honesty, in all reality. That's what it comes down to. But overall, that is what we're seeing in the NED cycle. And the ET7 has, this is pretty interesting here, the different, packages that they have in terms of price. The ET7 has a starting price of RMB 448,000 or around 70,000 US dollars before the EV incentives, so it could get up to like 80K or something like that. And it will also be offered under the Nio's Battery as a Service, also known as BaaS model, which comes with a cheaper price tag and a monthly cost for the battery pack. And I was reading that that's coming in at the lowest, maybe 58,000 US dollars, and I'm not sure what that goes into for RMB, what that translates to, but that's pretty interesting, right? And on top of that, we got autonomous driving news, and we also got a new solid-state battery coming, which is similar to the same thing pretty much as what QS is doing. And if you guys have seen QS, this is QuantumScape. They've been going crazy, right? This stock's gone from $9 to $138. Now it's back to 56. So this is one worth watching for sure, QS, which is a little bit of a side tangent here. And they're actually going to be looking to get their solid-state batteries, I believe, by 2024. So there is some time. There's about 3 years for QS. And I think Nio is a little bit shorter than that. I believe it's maybe a year and a half, 2 years, or it's going to be coming out here with the ET7 too, I believe. I don't know if we got too much clarity on that, but overall, the Nio autonomous driving camera technology is 6 times better. This is something else here than the camera resolution on Tesla vehicles, and has better. I said beta because I was gonna say mega. I got you guys. You guys see what I did there? It has better megapixel density over Tesla, so that's a little bit of a flex there. Nio over Tesla, and I'm all for the competition. I love it because competition in companies, right, breeds better and cheaper products for us consumers. So you should want the competition between Nio and between Tesla. And Nio also revealed its NVIDIA Drive Orin powered supercomputer dubbed Atom, which will first appear in the ET7 sedan, which again, that's going to be coming out here. The release date of this is supposed to be 1 year, the sedan, in the first quarter of 2022. So that's going to be good there as well. So there's a lot going on, and there's a lot more than this. I'm sure I missed a lot of stuff, but this is the key stuff, right? We got the solid-state battery coming, the ET7, the partnership with NVIDIA, that is great, and really the awesome the new technology for the battery, the better the farther range batteries, right? So very good stuff there from Nio Day, and I honestly recommend you guys go check this out. You guys have to go check this out if you missed Nio Day. But yeah, the stock is pretty, I'm not going to lie, guys, it's pretty lofty here. And what you notice, this is key, what you notice a lot of the time, I don't have an official statistic on this, but just generally speaking, from what I've seen from Tesla days and from other events, from other companies, a lot of the time what you see is a bit of a sell-off after the event. And honestly, a lot of us expected what came out from Nio Day. So it's not like there was a massive surprise, but hey, we might see a sell-off and we might not. But if we do see a pop, I mean, how high could this thing get before it's just ridiculously overbought? I mean, it's already extremely overbought. I could see it maybe break 60 and maybe see a run to maybe 62, 63. But overall, I think we're going to see a sell-off after that, even if we do see a pop. And I think we're going to see a sell-off. And I think we could get anywhere from 53, probably where we will get to, I'd say, if I'm just guessing, right, based on technicals here as well. So there is a little bit of backing to my guess. You know, maybe $50, maybe 52. That could be a decent spot. And hopefully it just goes straight down there, because honestly, I'm looking to buy this dip in my swing account, that is. And if you guys didn't know, I'm already long Nio in my long-term accounts. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts there. Very briefly, a little rundown on what happened with Nio on our Nio Day. We'll see what happens with the stock. But yeah, watch out for the stock. It's going to be one worth watching. A lot of volume is going to be kicking in. We're definitely going to see volatility. So be ready. That's all I have to say. And let me know down below in the comments your thoughts on Nio Day, and the stock in general. And speaking of Chinese stocks, if you guys didn't know, Nio is a Chinese stock, a Chinese company. We have Li Auto, another Chinese EV automaker out there in China, and we see this one has been breaking out. We actually talked about this one a couple videos ago. I left it off my watch list. I missed this breakout, which doesn't suck completely because we're still really in the early stages of the breakout. But what I missed, what I'm telling you guys I missed here, is this break of the original downtrend. You guys can see that here based on this 4-hour chart. We actually broke out of that. And after that, we also broke out of the 180 SMA. And we saw a bit of a rally there on Friday from $33 to $37. Now we pulled back down, or we did pull down on Friday from $37 back down to $33. We closed at $34. And now we're actually holding this little uptrend that you guys can see on this 10-day chart. So I'm liking this dip on Li Auto on this 10-day chart. And then if we pull back to the 4-hour chart, it's in the early stages. If it remains in this uptrend, this little 10-day uptrend, it's in the early stages of the overall breakout, because we probably, I'd say, could get plus 40 on this stock, meaning over $40, you know, if this continues. So I want to watch this. I want to keep my eyes on it, and I'm going to keep my eyes on it, guys. So the next one here, yet again, another EV type of play, is SBE. Made some good money on this one last week, and same with Nio, guys. You know, last week was pretty big for Nio and SBE, and I think although Nio is a bit overbought, like I said, I think SBE has some more juice in it. You guys can see here, it is right at a pretty big resistance at $44. That's actually where we got rejected back on the 23rd of November, back on the 10th of December, right? And literally, we're right there now. We got rejected. Well, we didn't get rejected quite yet, but let's say we're struggling under that point right now. You guys can see it here. We're right under it. I think we're going to be potentially testing that breakout this week. So, and if we do break it, we're probably going to be going high 40s, definitely mid 40s, guys, 45, and maybe 47, 48. So SBE is worth watching in this uptrending channel here on the 4-hour. And let's take a look at the futures. Just remembered, guys, almost forgot. ES is trading. This is the E-mini S&P 500 futures. They're up 250, 2 points now, barely up 0.05%, so not much there. NASDAQ futures are pretty much down a little bit, but still like break even. And the Dow futures, let's take a look at the Dow futures. Where are they here? Did I erase the Dow futures off this? I might have. No, here they are. They're actually up 6 points. So not much movement in the futures. They're pretty much flat, but we'll see how this ends up transpiring over the next hour, 2 hours, into the night, into the pre-market session. Always, guys, watch the futures. They are important. And the next stock here is Shopify, ticker symbol SHOP. This is one, if you guys remember, we're going to go back a bit, 2 months here, 3 months. If you guys remember, I was calling out this ascending triangle pattern on Shopify on this 4-hour chart for a while, right? We were uptrending into this overall resistance at about 1100, 1050, 1150, and I said, guys, the second we take this out, I think we're going to see an explosion. And what do you know? It happened. It broke 1100, rallied almost to 1300, got very overbought, pulled right back down to 1100, held that old resistance as a new support like clockwork, bounced right off of it, and now we're seeing, well, the continuation of the uptrend. And I think there's more juice in the tank when it comes to Shopify, although it is a bit overbought in the short term, I'd argue. Maybe we do see a little pullback to 1150, maybe. If not, I'm not too mad about it because we're not that overbought. But if we get a pullback 1150, that would be a good spot, in my opinion, to maybe add. And again, that's my opinion. Always do your own due diligence. And if it runs up even higher, let's say we gap above 1200, I'd be watching for a move at that point straight to 1285 potentially, right? Since there probably will be a lot of momentum at that point. So Shopify is very, very strong right now. It looks strong, very bullish in my eyes. And another one here that's looking pretty strong, not as strong as Shopify, but it's getting there, is Amazon. Amazon broke out of this wedge on the 4-hour chart. It was a couple trading days ago. I think it was, end of December, end of 2020 there. It broke out from 3,200, filled the gap up to 3,350. And you guys can see from that point, 3,350, we've been clearly rejected like we were back at the same point back in the beginning of November. We got rejected at 3,350. So we failed there and we pull back, and you guys can see we're actually holding the uptrend. We're holding this higher low at about 3,180, 3,200. So I'd like to see if we break out of this. If Amazon's able to break out of this, and you guys can see it here, especially into the mid 3,200s, that is where I'd like to play it. From there, probably back up to 3,350 and even higher. I think, honestly, guys, Amazon's a bit, I don't want to say undervalued here, but I think it's being slept on a little bit. I think it could easily get back to 3,500, especially the second we get good news about big if, I don't know if it's a big if or what, but if we get big news about the holiday sales, how that quarter went, I think Amazon could get back to 3,500. So that is kind of the potential I see there. And GBTC is also worth watching, guys, as crypto has been going haywire these last couple of days. Let me just check my Coinbase account. And by the way, if you guys want to get $10 from Coinbase. I think all you have to do is use that link down below. Maybe transact or deposits any amount or buy a little Bitcoin, whatever. Go check the link. You get $10. So if you want to get $10 from Coinbase, go check that link down below. And Bitcoin's been going crazy. I mean, guys, in the past week, let me see when this was. It was literally a week, 10 days ago. Bitcoin was mid-20,000s. Now it's almost 40,000. It hit 42,000 almost, all-time high. Now it's at 38.6. So this is going to probably pull down GBTC if we do see a bit of a sell-off in Bitcoin. Maybe if Bitcoin sells from 38.6 right now to about, let's say, 34,000. I mean, quite frankly, now that I'm looking at this Bitcoin chart on my phone, it already did go to 34,000. Crap, I missed that dip. I actually bought some more Bitcoin today on Coinbase at 38,000, but it moved so quick that it's hard to catch the bottom, as it is in the stock market as well. But it hit 34,000. Now it's back to 38. So we'll see if this shifts down GBTC, and if so, I'm probably going to be looking to get into some GBTC for some of a momentum play, honestly, because I think Bitcoin is going to climb right back up. I think it's very bullish right now. It's honestly the start of the pop, and I put a poll on my Instagram, and if you guys don't follow me there, it's @StasserFest. I put a poll, and I'd love for you guys to comment your answer down below. Do you think Bitcoin is getting to 50K first or back to 25K? And most of you guys said it's going straight to 50K, and that's kind of in the boat I am, which again is why I bought more Bitcoin today. And I don't have a crazy amount of Bitcoin. I only bought $200 worth of Bitcoin today, to be transparent with you guys. But still, I'm buying in, right? And I'm looking to get this thing, or I'm looking for this thing to get maybe 50K. And that will push, obviously, GBTC up higher. So watch GBTC. RMO is another one on this massive dip. It's literally gone down half. It's down 50%. So this is worth watching, in my opinion, especially if it's able to break out. It's already holding the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. That's already a great sign. But if it's able to break out of, I'd say, this 5-day, 5-minute chart, this big resistance at $22, that is where I think RMO is going to explode. And who knows where it's going to go. I mean, again, you guys can see it got a bit overheated, but it did get to $40. So maybe if we break 22, is it too crazy to say maybe $25, $30 is coming? I don't think it's that crazy, right? So watch RMO, NVIDIA here. Did we already cover NVIDIA? No, I mentioned NVIDIA earlier for Nio because, again, they partnered up, Nio and NVIDIA. But we can just talk about NVIDIA's chart very quickly here. We're seeing it's kind of similar to Amazon's. Remember Amazon's chart on that 4-hour? It's in that little wedge over the past couple of months. It's the same thing here with NVIDIA, right? You guys can see it. It's struggling under 545 in general. We actually had a pop there last week up to 545, got rejected, and now we're trading at 530. So I think the second it breaks 545, that's the sticking point. That's the sticking point on NVIDIA. If it can break that point, we're going to be rocketing high 500s, 580, 575, 580, 600, maybe even it breaks 600. And I'm not sure if the Nio news is going to move NVIDIA. I'm not sure. Probably not. If anything, it's going to move Nio. But we'll see. Nothing's off the table here. We'll see how that goes down. So I'm watching NVIDIA. ExxonMobil is another one. It broke out of that resistance we talked about last week, right around $45. It broke that. It went up 50 cents on Friday, up over 1%. So now I'm looking to see if Exxon can slowly, maybe, fill the gap up to $48, $49, maybe $50, which is the next big resistance that is coming up on this stock. You could argue, yeah, another big one coming up within this channel is around 47, so watch 47. But yeah, from 45 to 47, maybe from 47 to 50 over the next couple of weeks. That is where I think Exxon could go. And overall, guys, I've been on the channel saying I've been buying Exxon. I'm bullish on these energy stocks here. You know, oil's climbing back up over 50 a barrel. You know, I've been buying energy stocks. Exxon in particular, and I'm still going to be buying it. It has a nice dividend. Price appreciation is kicking in, and I could see it back close to $50 soon. So that's Exxon. Two more here, guys. I think we did 12 stocks today. Anyway, CIIC, another SPAC here. This is actually taking a rival public. We've talked about that before here on the channel. This one overall on the 4-hour chart is in a wedge. You guys can clearly see that, right? Resistance at 37 we got hit, 33 we got hit, but we're also holding an uptrend. We're holding a higher low, and we've been trading at this higher low for multiple days, slowly climbing up, right? From 26 to 27, now we're at 27.50, and this could be a spot where we squeeze out. Maybe we squeeze out above this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, maybe up towards the resistance of this wedge, putting CIIC right at $30.50. If that can break, right, that is where I see the big move coming in CIIC. And I'm being very patient. I think it's coming, and maybe we get to mid-30s after that. And another one that's very hype right now, a lot of people are excited about it, is IPOE. Yet again, a Chamath Palihapitiya SPAC. This one is taking SoFi public, and we got that news, and this thing almost doubled in a day. It went from $12 to $22, and then it sold off, which is good, right? That's healthy. It sold off from 22 down to 18, went down 2% on Friday on the close. And now, I mean, you could argue it could drop lower, but we just have to see what it does on this EMA on the 4-hour chart, right? Tomorrow, this upcoming week. And if we were to gap down again, guys, maybe wait for a move to 17, mid-16s. That is where it could be going if we were to gap down again. But if we saw some consolidation at about 18, 19, that would also be good. Or maybe even a pop. We could make a play into the not mid-20s. Maybe if we pop, we could get back to maybe high 19s, maybe $20 again. So just watch it. I'm watching it. This one, I'm not very eager to jump in quite yet. I want to see some more trading days to see how it acts. But it's still worth watching. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. Drop your watch list. I'd love to know. Drop your watch list down below in the comments as well. What stocks are you trading? Your thoughts on the market in general. And if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Let's try to get this video to 400 likes. Also, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to join the Strive Smart Discord chat and the Facebook group link down below. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at StockSurfS. And you could also get yourself 4 stocks from WeBull and $30 from M1 Finance. All you have to do is use those links down below, open up an account, fund the account with $100, and you get that free money. It is literally free money, no strings attached. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.